Hi, I'm Melissa Guerra.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolly, and welcome
Welcome
to
to
Wine
Wine
and
and
Design.
Design. I run a full service architecture and interior design firm with my husband Noe in Palm Beach, Florida.
I run an interior design firm here in Dallas called Tim Dolly Interiors.
And we are doing a little YouTube series to keep ourselves entertained during Corona and hopefully entertain one or two other people while we're at it. So today we thought we would talk about how to host a professional Zoom meeting, which we are clearly not doing.
Are you sure this isn't professional? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't really personally think there's anything wrong with having an occasional wine during a meeting, but corporate America tends to frown on that.
Well, I mean, this is more like cocktails and design.
The wine and design just rhymed better.
Yeah.
We couldn't come up with a rhyming word for vodka.
Vodka and schmodka.
But a lot of everybody, since we all have to social distance, we have to work from home, that things are different. People are trying to hold some level of professionalism, even though the longer this goes on, I kind of feel it's all slipping. Tim and I were kind of joking, and while we're doing it in bed, one, to demonstrate how not to have a professional meeting, but
Yeah.
two, we're both kind of not feeling getting out of bed this week because it's just enough already. So it was just kind of felt like the appropriate thing to do.
It's been a tough week. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Like, even though you're home, it feels like I feel like I've been in the weeds the entire time.
Yeah, it's just this weird feeling, I think, a mix between being in the weeds, but then it doesn't feel real either.
Yeah.
Like, no
Like,
matter how much stuff I get out, it doesn't feel like it really happened.
no. Like, who am I? What do I do? What
Why
day
are
is
my
it?
roots so bad? I mean, these are the questions that we have.
Yeah, the brown football helmet is like it's just going. It's just growing.
Epic proportions, epic proportion.
I think
But
by 2 weeks from now, like I'm gonna have like a whole big like 70s afro.
oh, I hope so. Let's do a whole Boogie Nights look. But
Let's bring it back, Let's bring it back.
I think so. I mean, at this rate, I mean, roots are back, right? That's a good
Yeah.
look. And pretty soon it's the ombre look. I'm gonna be bringing that back too because it's gonna be so long. It's just gonna become ombre.
I mean, the 90s is in full swing, which means the 70s is in full swing, which means also the 60s. So, and also the early 2000s. So, like, yeah, just do it all.
Whatever goes.
Whatever
Whatever goes.
goes.
Whatever we look like at the end of this, it is what it is.
Yeah, right now, high-waisted jeans would be great because at least it would hold everything in.
Oh, I'm gaining the COVID-19. That's pretty much what's happening right now. Instead of the freshman 15, it's the COVID-19 because I can't quit eating and drinking. It's the only way to get through this.
Sweatpants are the only thing that fits now.
You cannot sit with us, Tim. Mean Girls. For those of you who don't know, Mean Girls reference.
Oh yeah.
One of the greatest movies of all time. But back to hosting a professional meeting. Maybe Tim and I are not the best experts on what to do, but we can talk about setting good backgrounds. And I've noticed in a lot of the media when they're recording from their houses, I would kind of expect them to have a little bit some better backgrounds too. Pay very close attention to what's behind you. Make sure there aren't mirrors, anything that's reflecting weird. Watch the personal photos. Anything that you wouldn't want out, just don't have in your Zoom meeting. Don't sit at your kitchen table, Al Roker. There are lots of things that you can work on where it looks better.
True. When there's somebody I saw the other day, and I think it might have just been like a YouTube clip or something, but it's basically somebody, and they had like all this like water damage on their ceiling, and so like
Really?
all I could see was like just the water damage on the ceiling behind him, and I was just like, oh,
Bad.
it's bad.
Fix it. Local weather guy, he apparently does well because he's been broadcasting from his backyard, which is right on the Intracoastal. So at least it like looks weathery and appropriate for the background.
True. Well, speaking of, so let's say, it's kind of like whenever you were in high school and you're like, do I skip class today? Do I roll out of bed and just go? Like, what do I do? So let's say, you have a work meeting that you're trying to get to or a client meeting and you just don't feel like you can get out of bed. you also have an option in Zoom to change your virtual background. And so if you scroll down to the bottom of your screen, a pop-up comes up, and right next to video is a little up arrow, and you just choose that, choose virtual background, and then suddenly I'm reporting to you live from the Oval Office. Full on mustard, like we just went there. Or citron, sweetie.
Citron, it's a very big color right now. Tim, you look really good right there. I think that's a natural setting for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who's for president?
2039.
I don't think that would be the year.
I don't know. Sometimes it seems a while away from now.
At this rate, who knows? Office background, they do on Zoom have things like a New York backdrop, just things that actually look like an actual office backdrop. So if there's really nothing in your house that's appropriate, play around with some Zoom images to find what would be a better background. And maybe you don't want people to see what your house looks like anyway. If you don't want people to see what your house looks like, give us a call so we can get your house looking like something that people would want to see.
Exactly. When that has been happening, honestly, so recently, people have been reaching out about e-design or e-interior design services, and I think that's really helpful. So you're stuck in your house. We've talked about this before. You're stuck in your house. You don't know what to do, and all you see is the things that you want to change. You still have the ability to change it. Companies are still making furniture. They're still making things. Call your interior designer and let's work on it. We're all stuck at home. Let's find something to do with ourselves.
I've been dropping off samples for people at their doorstep, doing a lot of video conferencing, stuff like that. And people have really enjoyed getting samples and things to look at because at least it gives you something else to think about.
Yeah, possibilities, things that, and right now is one of those moments in your life where there's a lot of things you probably have been confronted with that you haven't dealt with. And now you're being confronted with it like ad nauseum, forever.
Right.
You might as well change it.
Right, exactly. It gives you, I think after being at home for however many weeks this will be straight with, very limited outside activity, I think a lot of people are going to be sick of looking at what they've been looking at. And if you've been thinking about redoing something, when things start to open back up and ease a little bit here, hopefully for the next few weeks, it'll be a really good time to think about that and to give everything a refresh. Because that couch is probably tired from where you've been sitting on it for, weeks straight.
My couch is so tired.
The pets, everybody, like, when are you leaving the house?
Will you guys please leave? Why are you still here?
Well, I like the meme of I now understand when my dog runs to the door when I get home or get so excited to go for a ride. Like it's like a big moment now. It's like, go for a ride. Yes, let's go for a ride. Let's go for a ride.
Please. Well, so when Dallas County, I think it's tomorrow, they started mandating that everybody, whenever you go in public, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, we have to do that here in Palm Beach County too.
Which, I mean, I get it, but oh God. It already has been hard to go outside. Now it's like even harder. Like if I have to have that one extra step, I just don't know if I can do it.
Because everyone looks like the Lone Ranger. This is what we come to, that everyone looks like the Lone Ranger.
Well, me and Zach, we went out, I think last weekend, and we did some makeshift masks out of some Schumacher fabric. And the one that I chose was very stylish, but the fabric was very heavy. And so I'm walking around and like it's just like falling off my face.
You got to be careful with that because I pulled, before I got some face masks, I pulled a kind of a silky scarf that says Paris on it and has some Eiffel Towers and just, pink and cute. And I was like, oh, that matches my outfit. I'll tie this around my face. But it was too silky, and I guess that compared with the face grease, like it just was sliding down. So which isn't what you want either, is to be touching your face in the middle of Target, get back up. So yeah, so I now have actual face masks that secure and don't slide down.
Yeah, we've got to get some of those. But that is the case. I mean, I was
really cute ones on Etsy. Get on Etsy.
My face, pulling that stuff up over and over again.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to touch your face. Etsy's got some really cute people. The Etsy shops are on it. Like you can I've got one coming with my Georgia Bulldogs as their, as a face mask. They've got, I sent my mom one with butterflies. I sent my dad one that said vodka, please. So, there's all kinds of fun ones out there. So people are having a good time with it. So you might as well too. If you got to wear them, might as well make it fashionable.
Well, can we talk about your dad for a minute? So April birthdays. So Zach's birthday is tomorrow. Your dad's birthday was supposed to be what, next weekend?
It's Saturday, next Saturday, a week from tomorrow.
Yeah. So Zach's birthday is tomorrow. So yeah, week after Zach's, and like poor Aries, like that was Zach crying for his birthday because it's completely gone.
Well, and so that's another point while having a Zoom meeting. Make sure that anybody else around isn't making any background noises.
Or the cats jump up or dogs start barking, or you never know.
But I feel so bad for people who are having April birthdays who can't celebrate. Kids are graduating from high school where that's not happening. I mean, those are the kind of things that you can't get back. So it's really thinking about how you can make things special and memorable, even if you can't leave the house. And there's no way to get back not having a high school graduation. I mean, there's just no way to
No.
get back.
Well, could you imagine? So there was somebody had an idea, and it was about doing a high school graduation like at a drive-in theater. So everybody could maybe like put like a picture or video of themselves up on the screen. People are still in their cars, like no one's, together. People are still social distancing, but at least you kind of have some semblance of, can you imagine like leaving for spring break and then they just never going back to school? Like, okay, I guess. I mean, I would have loved it.
You say that, but I mean, to not have, I mean, it's fine not to necessarily have the school part, but to not have the rituals that go with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved high school. I hated high school. Was so happy to get to high school graduation. Like that was the best moment ever. Was that, and I probably hated high school more than most of the people there. And getting out of it, I was the last one to graduate because my last name was Zober. My maiden name was Zober. So literally, I was the last person. My twin brother was before me because he's Dan. I'm Melissa. So I was the last one walking out. So everybody was standing up, and it was a standing ovation by the time I was done. But it really wasn't for me. It was because the class was done. But it felt really, really good.
I say you just take it. It was for you.
I took it. You know me. I took it. I'm like, yes. Yeah. So I mean, I can't imagine not having had. Our niece is graduating from high school this year, and it's really sad that she doesn't get to have those things.
Yeah, I mean it's
A virtual graduation, but I mean, it's still not the same.
well, and prom too. I mean, and I'm really hoping, I'm hoping that some of these schools, maybe when things kind of loosen up, maybe in the summer, a lot of these schools come back and say, hey, let's have a prom in July or something,
But
just
then
so
aren't
that.
you going to be over it at that point? You're going to be like, okay, we're done, we're out. Like you kind of lost the momentum.
I mean, you did, but at the same time, I think kids who actually want that rite of passage, like at least it would give them an opportunity,
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, for me and you, like whenever high school was over, like bye.
Yeah, it was over. It was done. See ya.
Did you enjoy your time in high school? No, not really.
Not in the least.
I definitely did not peak in high school.
But if you did, it was a little early.
Yeah, true. True.
That's the best time of your life. That's really sad.
Yeah. And hopefully there's a lot more for everybody who graduated after high school to have like, some great adventure, because yeah, what happens when you were 17, 18 years old, like it ain't worth exploring now.
No. We're all stuck back in the house, so we'll see.
Well, what are some things too, like so industry wide? I did it was basically a virtual Zoom meeting yesterday with, I think it was ASID or somebody. They had like different speakers in talking about like
ASID, for those who don't know, is the American Society of Interior Designers. It's our professional organization.
Oh, thank you. Basically, like you had all these different speakers on there, and they're talking about like different issues that are facing the design industry right now, simply because of COVID-19. And so one is supply chain issues, which of course everybody's experiencing that. But we've also had people who, designers who have sold a house full of furniture to people, and the furniture can't be installed. And legally, until you actually install furniture in somebody's house, it doesn't technically belong to them until it gets to their property, and then they pay
Right.
you a final invoice for it. That's the way it works. Well, these interior designers can't recoup their money. I mean, like they're basically just stuck with furniture they've already paid for sitting in a warehouse which can't be delivered, and a lot of them are like basically eating their shorts right now because they have all these expenditures and no income. So it's been kind of a weird place for them to be.
Yeah, it's a weird place for everybody. We're just trying to hang on and hope that it opens up soon. But while we're still sitting here having to work from home, don't dress like this. Tim and I purposely wore some of our most unprofessional outfits. I've got on my Patsy from Ab Fab t-shirt today, which Tim, of course, gave me.
I mean, we got to see it. You got to show it.
Oh, Lord, does that involve standing up? Hold on.
No.
We just scroll down. We just scroll down. Oh, that's a boob shot right there. Scroll down.
I mean, you never know. I wish I could say the same, but mine's just hoodie all the way.
Well, it's good that even though while you've been stuck at Corona, you haven't grown man breasts. At least that hasn't happened.
I mean, that's why you wear the hoodie, you know, so you kind of just
you hide it.
cover it all up. I mean, who the hell's gonna wear real pants after all this? Like, if anything has to button, it's not gonna be cute. I'm just gonna have to avoid that shit for a while.
No, I know. I've got to take it's bad. But until the gym opens, it's not my fault, is how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, the want to is there, the means of which to do it. No. And I'm sorry.
The want to isn't there. The want to the want to is gone right now.
We've been talking about like doing like, you know, and we probably will at some point. But like, we've been talking about doing like virtual exercising and stuff like on YouTube, and like there's old exercise DVDs and stuff that we have. But
it's not going to happen.
It's hard enough to get out of bed, let alone to get out of bed and then work out.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. My old neighbor and I had plans to go for a walk this morning, socially distancing, but then it was pouring rain, so I took it as a sign just to stay in bed and not exercise.
Yeah. And instead, you pour a cocktail and, you know.
Well, I didn't pour the cocktail at 7 a.m. 10 a.m. No,
was it Bailey's? Well, we poured our first cocktail at 4. Yesterday, I don't want to say when.
It's a day by day thing right now. We're just all trying.
5 o'clock, you know, East Coast.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It is 5 o'clock somewhere. But back to background. So everyone, make sure what you're looking at is something that people actually want to see. And another thing is make sure there aren't mirrors reflecting back something that you really don't want to see. So you might think it's okay, but then when you look back at it, you see a mess coming from across from you. You see your cat, you see all kinds of things going on. I mean, it depends obviously on how uptight your workplace is, or how, you know, if you're talking to a client you never talked to before, if you talk to a client that's a good friend. I mean, there's just different levels that you really have to take in consideration when doing this.
Yeah. Well, you know, too, so interior designers, the level of professionalism can be, the line kind of blurs a little bit because you're very involved in people's lives. I mean, like you get, whether it's commercial or residential design, I mean, like you're very involved and you really get to know people as the, you know, timeline of a project keeps going.
Oh yeah, my design professor told us to minor in psychology because you really get to know everybody. You get to know their marriage, you get to know all kinds of things because, you know, you're designing how people live, whether it's home or office, and then, you know, it deals with not only how they want their place to look, but involves money, you know, all those really good hot topic things for marriages. So that really, really comes to play, and you get to know way more than you might want to, but it's always really fun to find out.
Oh yeah. Or this moments when you're just sort of like stand back and you're like, oh.
Husbands, I have never faked an invoice, not once. You've always paid exactly what.
Yeah. But you have some amazing people too, though. So when I worked for you guys, we went and saw some people who taught us how to do tequila shots, and this was random, you know, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and they're like, have you ever tried tequila shots? And so the recipe that they gave us was basically you pour a little shot of tequila and then you chase it with an orange, and they dipped one side of the orange in sugar and the other side of the orange in coffee. So you
delicious people.
So good. You take a shot and then you basically use that as the chaser. You bite into it. It was a really good day.
I like how this is what Tim learned from working with me, is how to do the perfect tequila shot.
I mean, it's life lessons. What's really important at the end of your life is that stuff. Just saying.
It's true. You got to have fun with it. You know, I mean, especially what we do isn't as, you know, it's not life or death. It really is fun. And I feel very grateful to get to do what we do and to help people create something beautiful and sanctuary, especially in these times, so people can come home and feel really good about it. I ran into a client the other day turning into a neighborhood to go drop something off, and it was a different client, same neighborhood, and she was walking her dog. And we just stopped and chatted. We're like, oh, it's so good to like see you and to just even from 6 feet away. But she was like, through all this, we just feel really lucky that we have the home that we have that's so beautiful. And that's really why we do it, so people can feel really good about where they are, because it's so easy to feel down right now. And if you can go to your house and feel uplifted, it's a really big thing.
It is. But it's also, I mean, it's there's a lot of trust involved. But I mean, like you're dealing with people, I mean, in a part of their lives that is very intimate, and so
Of course.
you're
Yeah.
you know them, you get to know them, and then you're figuring out, like, how would they use this area? What would they do with this? And you're thinking about these people's lives probably at a much more minute level than they are. I mean, like, you're breaking
Hmm.
it down to like the micro, and you do. I mean, you get a chance to really know them, and they become kind of like family in a lot of ways.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you always have that joke that like my clients never leave me, but that's a good thing. Like, I mean, I've had clients for ever, and I love that they keep calling me back. It's great. It's what you want. Okay, well, let's do this now, or okay, let's get some new pillows. That's fine. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep your house where you're happy and like being there.
When you've had many people like that too. I mean, like, I know just random people when I used to work for you, like you would just get a text out of the blue, probably been 2 or 3 years since you'd seen this person, and they're like, come back.
Hey, happy to. I love that. I have the best clients, and I really appreciate them.
Yeah, it's building. I mean, it's one thing building a network, but it's another one like building like a family. That's the way I look at it. Like, it's you're building a relationship that's not. It's more than just the work that you're putting into it. I think it's because of that intimacy that you have with those people.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you're designing, their bedrooms, their bathrooms, you find out you got to have a personal level of trust there, because you really do find out how people live and what's important to them and what isn't, and what they like and what they don't like, and if they shower together, if they don't shower together. I mean, you really find out stuff about people.
When the kinds of things that they're, the level of things that they're comfortable talking about. So it's even the words they use for certain things. Like, one client might say, like, oh, that's going to be my storage for panties, and the other client's going to be like, that's my storage for unmentionables. I mean, but it is. I mean, like, you kind of get a feeling for how people are, and how formal they are, and like what they're, it's I don't know, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's great. And I love when people let us in like that and we can really create their home for them. I mean, this isn't about how I live or how you live, or, it's how the client lives and making their space great for them.
Yeah, and that's really what
I've
it
got
boils
my
down
Blanche
to.
Devereaux headboard happening back here,
Yeah.
because the joke, because I love my headboard, but it kind of did start as a joke, because the new house that we bought, everybody, like Tim and I both love the Golden Girls, like love the Golden Girls. And so we're kind of joking, because I live in Florida, that the house is the Golden Girls house. So like there is a, sorry, honey, like not that we want anything to happen to you. We want you around for a very, very, very long time. But there is a list of people who are claiming a room. So it is kind of the Golden Girls house. So I did have to do the nod to Blanche Devereaux with the headboard.
Oh, and there may be a lot more nods to Blanche Devereaux.
I do not have a mirrored ceiling.
Well, well, you've seen this headboard before. So this is our headboard. We got this at some resale shop back in West Palm Beach. Um, it's probably from the '70s. The original background fabric was it was a red velvet.
Yes.
I mean, it's one part Moroccan, one part like 1970s boudoir. It's awful. It weighs like 500 pounds, but it's fabulous.
Exactly. You know what? If something speaks to you, regardless of the reason, then go for it. Not everything has to look so perfect, or, you don't want to have it feel like it could be anybody's space. It's fun to have it where it's your space. And I think a lot of designers make that mistake where they have, just the one look, and, you can say, oh, so and so did it. And that's fine. If you like the look, that's great. But it is also really fun to infuse personality into people's spaces.
I
And
agree.
space be theirs and not necessarily have it just be yours. I mean, just have the space really be for the client and let them enjoy. Because everybody, as we said, likes to live a different way.
Well, there's the old expression, I can't see your house from my living room. So
Correct.
yeah, so what I'm not gonna I don't live in your house, so like God knows if that's what you like, that's what you like. It's fine, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And we can help you edit that taste and make it where people walk in and go, okay, oh my God, this looks great. Just, and it still feels like you. And that's the goal.
Yeah. So anyhow, I know we got a little off
We went on a
topic.
tangent. That never happens.
What?
What? Never, never, never. I just think people are trying to hold it together the best that they can. And, the Zoom actually has been really fun, not only for meetings, but we've been doing like happy hours with friends where, we'll like last week was old fashioned week where we poured an old fashioned cocktail. And we all got together and drank our old fashions and just had a really good time laughing and talking and interacting with somebody other than our spouses. Again, love you, honey, but it's nice to talk to somebody else. There's only so much to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially you guys. I mean, you guys own a business together too, so it's that too. It's being married one, and then also having a business component to it. It's a lot.
Yeah, and the stress of, okay, what's happening in the world right now while owning a business is, it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I mean, Zoom is great for a lot of different things. And, for the happy hour meetings, we've done different backgrounds for different things for that, where, one gorgeous, we're going to have, just have wine spritzers out by the pool, so we just do different backgrounds and it's just fun to change that up and just exactly. Oh, now we're at the beach.
But I mean, it's nice, Like,
It looks breezy there, Tim. Is it windy?
at least I feel like I'm in Florida. No, I don't. But I felt like I was in Florida for a minute and not Dallas.
Have fun with whatever you can right now. Just make things as entertaining as possible because we've just got to get through this. We're getting close, hopefully. We just got to get through it.
Well, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see you guys. Like me and Zach have already talked about when this is over. Like we take a lot of stuff for granted, as you know, and we're homebodies. We are, but like I'm filling up the calendar for the rest of the year. Like I don't care what all I'm doing, where I'm going. Like every weekend for the rest of this year there's gonna be something going on.
Well, I was kind of laughing because, like, at the beginning, like, end of last year, I had been somewhere pretty much every single month, which is great. I mean, I love to travel, but at the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, I just need to be home for a while. And then we immediately got hit. We had to go to New Mexico, which was, for a funeral, which was, worst places to go to New Mexico, but, it was still awful for that. And then LA for work. So it was starting to be like this travel year again. I was like, okay, I really wasn't going to travel this much. And then we got a corona lockdown. I'm like, you took it too far, universe. Like that's not
You're like, I need a little bit of a break, and like, not like a breakdown.
exactly. I was talking about like a month where I didn't have to go anywhere.
When you are, I mean, like you've always been a travel bug. Like, and you've, I mean, recommended to all your friends, to me and Zach personally. I mean, to so many people, like different places to go, different places to eat. I mean, like your travel, you do, and like I
Yeah,
can't even imagine like you being stuck at the house.
I mean, yeah, it's been tough. It's tough because we're going to be in Atlanta next weekend for Dad's birthday, and that doesn't get to happen. There's just those kinds of things that make it really, really tough. But we'll figure out a way to celebrate virtually. I might set up a Zoom meeting with him and my brother so we can, actually all be around and chat with each other and have a little bit of a celebration. So there's ways to make it happen, I think. But it's not the same as being able to be there and face to face and all
Yeah,
that good
it's
stuff.
a big birthday too. He's having like it's a big birthday, and
Yeah. I won't say what it is because
no,
he wants
he's he's turning 30.
Sure, sure.
Very young parents.
It's Benjamin Button at this point.
I talked to your mama the other day and basically was like, okay, well, hopefully you reschedule this. Maybe we do like a half birthday. So for all the Aries out there, maybe there's like a birthday celebration in October and you really get to celebrate your birthday then. I don't know.
I hope it's not till October. We're hoping a summer family reunion.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So I
That's
hope
me.
everyone.
That's what me and Zach have talked about, is doing like a half birthday in October.
There you go. There you go. Well, we're hoping to go to Argentina. It'll be our 10th wedding anniversary. So we're hoping to go to Argentina. Let's hope the world is such that we can do it.
I think hopefully by then, like surely by then,
Hopefully.
or
Hopefully.
that, or you just wear a mask.
And go to the Middle East. Because I've eaten so much, the burqa will be all I fit into. So
Yeah. What do you have that's as shapeless as possible? Thanks. I'll put that on.
perfect, perfect. Then I don't have to worry that my hair has roots down to my ears. It'll be great. I can just do a little eyeliner and mascara. That's fine. I can muster that. Maybe.
My eyes look fabulous. Well, I guess are we calling it? Do we?
Yeah, I think so. So everyone, I hope you guys all hang in there. We're here to help you guys virtually design. We can't wait to help you actually design. I miss going to client meetings. I miss meeting people face to face to really see the reactions, to go through things, to look at things on a deeper level. But we'll all get back to that really, really soon. Everybody just hang in there, have as much fun as possible with your friends online in different ways,
Have
however
a
you
cocktail.
have a cocktail or a few, just whatever you can do to get through it. We're hopefully getting close, people.
Yeah, here's hoping. Here's hoping. And for people who are like, we're all tired, but like, we're in bed. Clearly, we're tired.
I know. So Tim and I had originally had like all this other whole like professional thing planned. Then we started doing this. We're like, let's just do the anti-professional Zoom meeting. Let's just sit in bed with our cocktail and tell people how to be professional and be as hypocritical as possible.
Yeah, this is when you're just over it. Like you still have to do life, and life is still happening, and that's great. But sometimes whenever you're just over it, it's nice to just stay in bed, and you can still hang out with your bestie. You can still have some cocktails, but you don't have to, you know. Just saying.
Yeah. We all can just doing the best that we can. And it is emotionally tough. I mean, it's emotionally tough. And so just do what you have to do to keep your sanity.
Well, I know I've told you I've been on the ledge the past couple of weeks, like just on and off. Like
We all
some
have.
days, yeah, some days, and that's the part, like too, like where you can't get upset about it because it's not like it's not like, oh, woe is me. It's woe is all of us. Like we're all having a really difficult time, and you kind of have to just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and move on, keep going.
But yeah, there's also the point of acknowledging that it's weird and it's okay to feel that, because I don't like when people are like, oh, you're still, be positive about it. Okay, fine. Let's all get back to that. But it's also okay to feel those feelings because this is bizarre. It's not normal. It's not right. It's not the human species is not meant to live in isolation. This is not normal. And so everybody, you can't expect to stay happy and up about this all the time and as positive as possible all the time. And we get back to that and you focus on the good, try and focus on that. But it's also, if somebody's feeling bad, listen to them. Don't just give them platitudes about things are going to be okay.
Yeah, sometimes people don't need advice. Sometimes they just need a hug, even if it's a social distancing hug. I'm hugging you, thousands of miles
Oh,
away.
Tim.
Meow, meow, meow. But yeah.
No, you just sometimes need that. You just need to acknowledge that your feelings are okay, because it's weird right now. And I know you were in a weird place this week. I know the other week you called me because you got in a text from me. You're like, you okay? I don't know.
Are you losing it yet?
Well, I haven't pulled the Ina Garten size Cosmopolitan yet, but it might be happening soon.
But hey, if Ina Garten does it, I mean, it kind of means it's okay, right?
Oh, whatever she does is fine by me.
Yeah. So if she decides, to pull out like a 10-gallon martini glass, like, why not?
I'm just upset I don't have one.
I am too, actually. Why does she have to have everything?
It's true. I know. I want that, but I don't want to cook every meal for my husband. He can cook me a few too.
No.
He did make me a really good breakfast burrito this morning.
And Noe, I mean, well, one, you can cook, but Noe can throw down too, and I bet it was really good.
Oh, it was so good just to throw it together for breakfast. We had leftover filet from last night, and he put that in that thing. Oh yes, ma'am. Oh, it was so good.
What we found, so next time you're in Dallas, what was that place called, Shug? The hamburger place? Boo Boo? Boo Boo. Zachary Benjamin. Zach.
So don't do this on a professional Zoom meeting. Bellowing for your spouse across the apartment.
Hey, what was that hamburger place we tried? So we were trying to find a greasy spoon here too to go to like for hamburgers, and it's called Maple and Motor.
I'm in.
It's a
Everyone say hi to Zach.
oh, am I on video?
Yeah,
It's a brass ring place.
it's basically like a brass ring pub.
I've been drinking all afternoon. I didn't know y'all still recording.
Well, it doesn't mean it's gonna be in it.
Oh, okay.
So Brass Ring is a place near here that has not been cleaned in 20 years, but it's burgers, fries. Like, it's the only place I drink beer. That place is amazing. The wings, oh my God, are amazing.
Oh
So
yeah.
anywhere near Palm Beach County, go to the Brass Ring Pub. And you guys are saying in Dallas, go to where?
Maple and Motor, and we got it delivered. I don't think it's dirty, but it was delicious. Just as delicious.
But you kind of need the 20-year of like fryer grease buildup.
I mean, we're not sure what it looks like on the inside. Right?
Yeah, just tell yourself it's clean, Zach. Just tell yourself it's clean. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He got freaked out because he realized that was still recording. All right. Well, honey, like for everybody out there, like you make me happy. I'm glad to see your face, and
Cheers, baby. Love you.
I love you too.
Love you more than my luggage.
Love you more than my luggage.
Cheers.
And to everybody else out there watching, thank you so much for watching, and we hope we put a smile on your face.
We at least entertain ourselves, if nothing else.
Yeah. At the very least, you guys got to watch us like drink and say some funny stuff. So.
All right, everyone, hang in there, and we'll see you next time on Wine and Design.
Until the next one. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
So we're hanging out by the beach, you know, casual. It's a casual meeting.
Hanging out, having our cocktail on the beach. Oh wait, you can't even see. Oh wait, this is actually brilliant for a company meeting because you can't even see.
Yeah, hey, so I'm gonna hold my cocktail over here and look, it just disappears. What am I doing?
I don't know. Oh wait.
Hang on.
I think.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
Hold on, I can't see you. Hold on. Yeah.
I have an idea for the Oval Office. It's mustard.
What are we gonna do about the corona thing, Mr. President?
Dr. Fauci, would you like to come and talk? Thanks. Bye.